Hey everybody, so Colombian here. I'm here in this video to explain about my World Youth Day experience in Madrid. It both had drama, fun, a lot of funny moments, and yeah, it was all in a religious, adventure. And let me explain how it went. Well, I woke up about 5 a.m. because that same day when I left to Madrid, my sisters also left to Toronto in Canada. So it was a long morning. And then, when I got to the airport with my youth group from church, we stayed the airplane backtracked for 2 hours. So we actually stayed in the airport longer. And it was more boring, but it was kind of fun with the people I was hanging out with. But what happened was that the plane ride was supposed to go for 8 hours. But instead it was 11 hours, slow plane. And then when we got to Madrid, it was really hot. And we stayed in the airport for about 3 hours waiting for a bus with other groups, the 2 other Texas groups and a Los Angeles group. And that bus ride was 8 hours to Malaga. So it was another painful many hours. And when we got to Malaga, it reminded me of Colombia, because I went to Colombia in 2010, and it reminded me a lot of the streets, of everything mostly. And Malaga, adventure-wise, was better than Madrid, because it had, and a lot of people from all over the world, South Africa, Poland, Ukraine, just Mexicans, Venezuelans, a lot of people and a lot of the polish we saw. And it was fun getting to know people all over the world, and having an event in an Olympic stadium every day was really awesome. Yeah, the first week, every night people will pull pranks. There'll be a lot of drama, people fighting, and there was a lot of sickness, and it was crazy. And one day, the last day in Malaga was also the first leg of the Spain Super Cup, which was between Real Madrid and Barcelona. And I couldn't even be able to see the game, but the day before, Peñarol went all the way to Malaga to play against Malaga in an international friendly, and Malaga won 4-0, and it was just wow, breathtaking. Knowing where I stayed at, Malaga Stadium, was like about, you could say 10 minutes walking, tops. And Malaga was just an adventure, I'll never ever forget. Now, after that, Monday morning, we headed to Madrid for another week in Spain, for the arrival of the Pope, the World Youth Day, and lots of other events. And the bus ride was 6 to 7 hours. It wasn't as much. The rides back to everything was faster. Now, I was actually excited because as soon as we entered Madrid, I saw the Vicente Calderón Stadium, home of Atletico Madrid, the soccer team. And I was like, wow, I finally saw Atletico Madrid. It may not be Real Madrid because that's my favorite team, but at least it's, Atletico Madrid. Same thing with Malaga CF. One of the teams that got last places in the Spain League, 2010-2011. But still doesn't matter. Once you see a European stadium, your eyes, they changed. They surely changed. And when I was in Madrid, we stayed in a 4-star hotel, but we, half of the whole USA group stayed in one hotel, and half of the other one stayed in another hotel. But the thing was that the hot girls stayed in one hotel. So I was really sad. And I was talking with one, getting to know her, probably, I don't know, get busy, but that's not the reason why I came to World Youth Day 4. But hey, if it happens, then, you should take the chance, no blame. And, what else? The day of the arrival of the Pope, we woke up at 7 p.m. from our hotel, went to Gran Villa, straight up, about 15 minutes walk. And then the Pope arrived I mean, they told us he was going to arrive at 12 p.m. Spain time. And we were there at 7. But one of our leaders came to us and said, hey, there's a funny thing. He's coming at 7 p.m. So we were great. So we stayed out there for 8 hours. And that day that the Pope came, before he actually came with the Pope mobile arriving in front of us, it actually rained, a very powerful rain. We stayed out there, got our asses wet, but it was a nice rain, not to be lying with. And then after we saw a Pope, I took a lot of pictures. Message me for my Facebook. You can see I have 3 albums about my whole Spain adventure. And a day before the World Youth Day exactly, we stayed out in the dust for while it was that storm. I went to the Santiago Bernabeu, which was always a life dream. And that same day was also the second leg of Barcelona versus Real Madrid. And sadly Barcelona won, but it was a close game. That day, I didn't really feel, nothing, because Real Madrid lost, because I saw the Bernabeu, and that just inspired me. Seeing them, lose later on TV in the bar, it didn't really, I was for me it was whatever though, because we still got the league, the Champions League, and the Spain Cup, which I hope Real Madrid will defend. And what else? I just hope for next World Youth Day in Brazil will be awesome, amazing, maybe more amazing, because there was nothing compared. My sister almost went to Australia, but there was a few issues at that time, and it's awesome. My sister wants to go with me to Brazil if my youth group still exists by then, 2 years from now, but I'm sure it will. And I'll see everybody there, and if, again, for the pictures and stuff, just message me. Oh, wait, I forgot to tell you about the ending of Madrid. Alright, well, after the day, 2 days after World Youth Day, the day exactly, we were at the airport, we took our final pictures, and then it was 8 hours, the ride went smoothly back to Miami, Florida. And it was, it was a sad moment / happy, because you're back home after 2 weeks. I was homesick, mostly everybody, but then again I was loving Madrid and Malaga. So that is pretty much it. God bless you guys, everybody, and I'm hopefully sure to see you guys, all of you guys that are in Oblets, in Brazil 2 years from now. Bye.